Hi, and welcome back to the Ascension Playground. My name's Ursi, and I just love it when someone asks to have a free mini report for the Starseeds Astrology Calculator. I don't know why I said I would do 5, but it seems like I'm still flowing and learning with every chart that I get to take a peek at. So eventually I'm going to become a certified practitioner. So by sharing your information with me, I get to practice and give you a little flavor of what perhaps this system has to offer you, and then you decide if it rings true for you or not. Okay, so let me share my screen. We have a wonderful subscriber named Kay, and Kay has asked me to take a look at her chart. I'm assuming it's a her, so I apologize if Kay is not a her. All right, first of all, I went to Astrodienst, where you can get a free chart. You can see Astrodienst or astro.com here. Plugged in the information natally. And wouldn't you know, look at this amazing chart. First thing that's apparent is this very strong trine. This triangle is called a trine. And from what we can see, it's a water trine because it's having the houses of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces engaged. So there's ease and flow with a grand water trine with emotions. So Kay, just want to share with you that you have at your disposal ease with feelings or in depth, etc. And also it's very interesting is, do you see where your Pluto at the ascendant is, this little P? If you look in that dot, it forms, as you probably know, a beautiful kite. A kite. So we have a grand trine, and then we have the top of the kite. If the top of the kite is guided by Pluto at the ascendant, what does that mean? Remember, the ascendant is what guides us and how people see us in the world. So your ascendant is in the house of Virgo. So people may see you as very day-to-day, practical, analyzing. But you've got this emotional water trine, which is very easy for you. But this way out of that ease is through the transformative power of Pluto. Wow, so I'm going to just leave that little tidbit there. It's up to you to learn more about what does a kite with Pluto as the way to move through this grand water trine mean at your ascendant. Pretty remarkable. But what you asked me about truly, I'm going to stop sharing here. What you asked me about though is to give a mini Starseeds reading. Before I do that, I just usually like to look at that Western astrological wheel, just so I can see what's the shape of your overall natal chart look like. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again, Kay. Here I go, sharing. Here comes your Starseeds. Your question to me was about, are you an Andromedan, based on Julia Balaz's program here? Okay, well, here we go. Your sun line, where we start looking for what your most recent lifetime was before coming into this incarnation, is K. Let's see, we look on your sun line, we don't see a conjunction or opposition until we get to Canis Minor, who is opposing, well, the fixed star Procyon is opposing your moon in Capricorn in the 5th house. Okay, so what that tells me is, Kay, if you Google search Procyon or Canis Minor Starseeds, just Google that, and let me tell you, in YouTube land, there's a lot of wonderful little videos, and you just see if some of those qualities, characteristics, and traits feel like they resonate with you, okay? But that's the most recent. Because it's the most recent lifetime, oftentimes that's where we think we're from. Now, when you look at your chart, yes, you have Andromeda here on the ascendant, you have Andromeda in the North Node and the South Node. Let's see. You've got Andromeda with your Mars. It's got a lot of Andromeda. So a lot of time spent, here's your Chiron and your vertex. So even though there's a lot of Andromedan in your chart, we have to go look at what your origin story is. Okay, because you can have so many soul connections to Andromeda and you resonate with that. But let me tell you, there's so many more star nations to tune into as well. So we look at your Pluto line, square, square, trine. We're looking for a conjunction or opposition. And you know what? We're not seeing any on the Pluto, Neptune, or Uranus line. So I'm going to stop sharing. So your answer for are you Andromedan or not? You have many soul connections with Andromeda. You could have incarnated there so many times. So, but are you Andromedan? That's a good question. In some ways, when you think in terms of quantum, of everything happening all at once, the past, the present, and the future lives, so you have a strong connection there, but it may not be your origin. So for you, it's not so easy to understand, well, where did you originate? But I did see something else in your chart, since I didn't answer your question directly. I can't say you're Andromedan. I can say you've had many soul connections there. It seems to be predominant. But what I'd like to point out is this galactic trine to the galactic center through your ascendant. So I'm always looking at stargates and portals to see how they work with the chart. And you're going to see down here too, the ring nebula of Lyra. Whenever you see a nebula, that's also a portal. Let's see what else. I know I saw some up here. Here right at the top, your sun is trining the ring nebula. What does that say? When you see a lot of galactic centers or connections to the nebula, that often speaks of someone who is a multidimensional traveler, that it's easier to port in and out. So in your dream time, I would suggest this. Do a composite survey of all the star nations that are in your report from Julia in her online calculator. Embrace each of those star nations as family, especially if you have more than 3. I mean, there's definitely a connection there. Enjoy learning more about the Andromedan star nation people because the conversation seems to be up. I was just looking at something from Alex Collier about the Andromedans and what they've shared with some humans on Earth about our origin story as the solar system. It's very interesting. I think it went back to 2009. Okay, well, that's all I got for today for your free little mini. Hope I didn't confuse you, but the journey is yours. Only pick up what feels right and leave off the rest. Okay, Kay, so have fun learning about that kite too to Pluto. That's really beautiful. Okay, see you next time on the Ascension Playground. Bye for now.